Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon.
And I am a rail enthusiast who loves going up and down the country, riding on the trains, filming and taking photos of them as well. These videos of my railway journeys can differ sometimes as they can go to plan or will go bad.
Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Hello everyone, I've just arrived at Rugeley Trent Valley, 3 minutes before my train arrives. In fact, I think it says my train has arrived now. Now, I won't have time to say what we're doing today, so we're just going to catch this train to Trent Valley now, and then do my intro to today's things that we're doing at Rugeley Trent Valley, since it's got about a good 40 minutes there before my next train to Crewe. I'm now at Rugeley Trent Valley. Now, the original plan this morning was to go get the 0653 off Rugeley Town to Rugeley Trent Valley. Train got cancelled due to a train fault. They terminated at Hensford. They were supposed to catch the 0709 off Rugeley Trent Valley to Stafford, so I could change onto the cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. But that train got cancelled this morning due to no train crew. So the revised plan was to catch the 0728 off Rugeley Town, which I've already done this morning, to Rugeley Trent Valley, and then to catch the 0809 off Rugeley Trent Valley to Crewe. Now, we are going to Manchester today because we're actually going to Bury. Now, we're going to the East Midlands Railway because they've got a mini gala on today at West Country Field. So they got 34092 City of Wales, which I'm not too fussed of riding behind today because it will be the visiting locomotive for the East Valley Railway. They've got a Class 50 there, 50015 Valiant. Now, I'm not too fussed to ride the Class 50, but I will be riding it from Rawtenstall to Bury by Heywood today, which I'll explain later on. But the reason we're going up there is because they've got a visiting locomotive from Locomotive Services there. 34046 Braunton. Now that's during the bank holiday weekend at the East Midlands Railway, so we're actually going to be riding behind Broughton on the cheap. It's going to cost me £17.90 to get to Manchester from Rugeley Trent Valley. It's going to cost me £16 for all-night rover on the East Midlands Railway today, and it's also going to cost me about less than a fiver to get from Manchester to Bury on the Metro link. So in all in all, it's going to cost less than 15 quid, roughly half the price of what you would pay if you travel behind Broughton on the main line. Now, I'm actually going to stop because for some reason I'm actually getting lightheaded doing this, which I do apologise. I think it's just because I'm not used to my camera phone. I'm actually used to my camcorder, which unfortunately is in repair at the moment because it is getting repaired and should hopefully be ready for the Severn Valley Railway's Autumn Steam Gala, which will be the next blog after this. So we're going to be waiting for the 0809 to Crewe now, and get a train there. Going up the West Coast Main Line to Crewe. Doing some speed on the West Coast Main Line as well, but at least we're doing a good 100 miles an hour or something like that. At Stafford Station, 66503 was running around its also Bannister train. It was on the engineer's train. I don't know where that was going from or to, but there's a nice seat at Stafford anyway. Now it's a good idea to travel early on bank holidays because the train I'm on now, the carriage, is absolutely empty. There's nobody except for me and the guard or the senior conductor who's in that behind the doors. We're on M350-105, and if you see on the other side as well, there's nobody there too. So a tip is, if you want to travel on the bank holidays to places, is to do early morning trains because they are dead quiet, as you can see here. We just made it to Crewe, and there is something interesting down the bottom. There is one of these northern CAF units that are sitting there. So we're just going to get this video and a photo of this unit before we carry on and do some other stuff. Manchester. Now I've got less than an hour to get to Bury before my train to Heywood leaves, behind Braunton. So we're going to get a Metrolink tram to get me to Bury. We've made it to Bury. Now I've literally got 9 minutes to get over to the East Midlands Railway, get my ticket and board the 10:45 to Heywood. It's all got to be done in 9 minutes. So I better get skates on and get over to the East Midlands Railway quickly. We're just on the approach to the East Midlands Railway now. And we've got about 5 minutes to get my ticket and board the train. 5 minutes. Just realised something. The train doesn't actually depart from here until 10:55. So I've been rushing for nothing. Anyway, we should get it arriving in a second. But yep, we're at Bury Bolton Street. I'm now at Bury Bolton Street. Now, I'm at the back of the train on Braunton because the reason is, as soon as Braunton gets to Heywood, she'll be at the front of the train behind this Southern Region luggage van. Now, even though my camcorder is in the workshops at the moment getting repaired, I do have my old one, which is the Canon Nagiro 706. Now, the same thing's happened to that one, it doesn't record. We're just about to leave now. But what we're going to do is, when we get to Heywood, is film the journey from Heywood to Rawtenstall. So let's watch the departure now. Just my luck. Apparently it looks like Braunton suffered a problem. I don't know what it is, because the engineers are having a look at it, and this train won't be leaving for a while. I'm guessing that's why it was late. So you come down to right behind Braunton, and it looks like it's not going to happen. Lovely. I had a feeling about this day. As soon as the first two trains were cancelled this morning, that was not going to be a good day. Steam locomotives being replaced by a diesel. So I don't know what diesel's coming on now, but unfortunately we won't get on right behind Braunton. We've now made it to Heywood Station. Now Heywood Station was opened in 1841 by the Manchester Leeds Railway. The station was resited in 1846 when the line was extended to Bury. On the 5th of October 1970 the station closed, and on the 6th of September 2003 this station opened. Unfortunately Braunton failed because apparently it's had a broken brake box apparently. And unfortunately there is a Class 24 on this train which is being run around now. So we'll probably still film the Class 24 to Rawtenstall. replaced by a Class 14 Teddy locomotive. So we're going to Rawtenstall now on a Class 14. now made it to Rawtenstall, and that actually makes up for Braunton, that class 14. It was a brilliant video filming it up here, but unfortunately I don't know what the footage is like till I get back home this evening. The plan is now simple. We're going to film that class 14 leaving Rawtenstall, and then we're going to wait for the class 42 Warship to come in, because for some reason it's the Warship now and not the class 50 as planned. Now I was going to take the Warship down to Heywood, but I might not bother now. I might just go back to Bury Bolton Street and just call it quits and find something else to do, because don't get me wrong, that class 14 was amazing. But it just, because I was planning to come up here for Braunton, but it failed because it's apparently got a cracked brake box or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it failed, so it's not running now due to health and safety, which is understandable, and it's one of those things that have happened. But that class 14 though was amazing. So yeah, we're going to film that leaving, get the Warship coming in, then go back on the Warship down to Bury. I'm still at Rawtenstall station. We are waiting for the Warship to come through, but while we're waiting for the Warship, I'm going to have a history of this station, because it was opened in 1846 by the East Lancashire Railway as part of the line from Clifton Junction. Now the line was extended to Waterfoot in 1848 and to Backup in 1852, but the line closed from Backup to here on the 3rd of December 1966. Now Rawtenstall actually closed to passengers in 1972, but was kept open for freight until 1980 when freight ceased. Now this site was rescued and saved in 1987, and the station was reopened in 1991, but when the station reopened there was really nothing left of the original station that was here. So the old Rawtenstall station actually started where this Mark 1 coach is roughly, just between this band and the Mark 1 coach, and it ended up just roughly around here, just outside the current station. But it is a nice station. This is the northern terminus of the East Lancs Railway, and Heywood is the southern terminus of the East Lancs Railway. But the main operations and everything is all at Bury Bolton Street. So we're waiting for the Warship to go back to Bury. So the warship is now here. Now we're going to take a ride back on this warship, but I want to do it at the back of the train. I'm not going to be filming this warship like I did with the teddy bear and the Class 24, because I want to be on the back of the train so I can try and get some photos of two disused stations before we carry on, because like I said, there was two disused stations between Rawtenstall and Ramsbottom, so we're going to try and get a photo of them on the way back.
Who did you see?
I'm now back at Bury Bolton Street, just come off this Warship here, and we're going to film it leaving, and then I'm actually going to go around the corner here. Because around that corner there is a disused station down there, so we're going to take a look. There's nothing left, but I'll show you where it used to be. But that's after this Warship leaves. We've now come to this railway bridge just south of Bury Bolton Street, because down there is a disused railway station. Now there was a curve from Bury Bolton Street to this disused station here, and then the line from here actually went straight this way, which carried on behind me that way towards Bolton Trinity Street Station, which is the current Bolton station. Now down here you can't see much because there's nothing left. Probably this bridge remains as the thing, but that is Bury Knowsley Street Station. And also in the distance you can probably see the metro link as well, which takes you to Bury Interchange. So what do I know about Bury Knowsley Street? Well, it was opened the 1st of May 1848 by the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. In February 1866 it was renamed to Bury Marketplace. In 1888 it was renamed to Bury Knowsley Road, and the station closed on 5th of October 1970. I think we might get City of Wells here and then head back to Bury Interchange. we've come to Barron Street because we're trying to have a look around, see if there's anything I could like snap quickly here. This is where like the engine sheds and all that are around here. It is a public area, so you're right. Just got to be careful about crossing down there. But just have a look, see if there's something available. And I found something that I'm interested in. Class 105 DMU. So there is some stuff here that I want to try and get photos of before I head back home. Right, there wasn't much there, but the sun was in the place where the Class 105 was. But all filming was done safely through the fence. I didn't jump over because they're not allowed to. Apparently they've got security on it 24/7. So we're going to head to somewhere else and then back to Bury. We've come to another location now. This is Bellevue Terrace. Now on this little footbridge here, but this footbridge down here, Bury Bolton Street Station is just down there, and where we've just been actually, looking at the 105 and the 504, is actually just behind me down here. So we just walked a few streets up. Now the only thing I can see here is a Class 08 shunter, some coaches and some wagons, that's about it. And on here is a Wasp, which we can stay away because we don't want nothing like Bodmin to happen again. And there's just a couple of shunters down there. So I wonder where Braunton's gone then. I can't see him. He's not down there. And he's not there. So where's Braunton gone? Bury Bolton Street Station opened by the East Lancashire Railway on the 20th of September 1846 as Bury. The station was renamed in February 1866 to Bury Bolton Street. It was rebuilt in the 1880s. The Manchester Prestwich to Bury line, which is now part of today's Manchester Metro link to Bury Interchange, was electrified in 1916. The street frontage station building and the footbridge was destroyed in a fire and replaced in 1952. The station closed in 1980 when Bury Interchange opened, but the ELR, the East Midlands Railway, opened the station in 1987 as a heritage station. Now you did actually used to get a train from this station here to Manchester Victoria, because there was a third rail that ran from Bury Bolton Street to Manchester Victoria by all the stations on the Metro link that serves between Manchester Victoria and Bury Interchange today. But that service stopped when Bury Interchange opened, and then they converted it into the Metrolink tram services. Believe it or not, this actually used to be a railway station, Bury Interchange. This is where the 504s came in and out as a terminus station when it was third rail, before they converted it to today's Metrolink. Now, Bury Interchange opened on the 17th of March 1980 by British Rail as an interchange with the buses. It still is today. You can get off a tram and you can get a bus from up the stairs. The station closed on the 17th of August 1991, so it only saw 11 years of service as a railway station. But on the 6th of April 1992, Metrolink operations started at this station.
Smoking is not permitted on Metrolink trams and platforms. This includes the use of e-cigarettes.
And you can't smoke on this platform as well. We've come to platform 12 at Crewe. As you can see, 57307 Lady Penelope is sitting in the siding, doing nothing. But we're going to be catching some Class 50s here. Now they're due at 1838, but they're scheduled to due at 1840 and leave at 1842. Now, after I get these Class 50s, I'm going to get something to eat at McDonald's, which is 5 minutes down the road. And then after that, I'll be catching one of my favourite services, which is hilariously funny because it isn't. The 1935 off here. Now I catch this every Friday from work at Stafford. It's an 8-coach train and it's due in Rugeley Trent Valley at 20:01. Now, 2 minutes after I arrive, there is a train to Rugeley Town at 20:03. And every time, sometimes it leaves here on time, it always runs late. Every time it leaves here late, it gets to Rugeley Trent Valley late, and I always miss this connection. I ever caught this connection once, and that was on a Thursday when I was finishing work. But I have a feeling we're just not going to get this connection as normal. And every time that happens, I usually walk it back, but I'm going to wait for the next train because it's at 20:33 if I do. So we're going to get these Class 50s now and then see how it goes. Just been to McDonald's to get my tea, supper, whatever you want to call it. We got those Class 50s, but on departure did get some bowlage from Pedalino. That's why I always stay on the same side when I'm getting a special charter. But I thought, you know what, I'll get it because it's a nice shot. And don't get me wrong, the photos came out good. So we'll go back to Crewe Station now to catch the lovely 1935 that always gets to Rugeley Trent Valley late. So late, I always miss the connection. We're now on board the 1935 to London Euston. Now this service is always the one that either leaves here late because there's something else in the way, or it leaves on time and it gets to Stafford late. Because I think the timings for this are bad for a 350/2. The problem is when you get to Rugeley Trent Valley at 20:01, there's a 2-minute connection. I have mentioned this before, but in case you didn't hear me in the last part before the 50s came, I'm just going to mention it now. But there is a connection of 2 minutes at Rugeley Trent Valley. There's a train at 20:03 to Birmingham New Street. I think it goes on to Wolverhampton, but I'm not too sure. But 9 times out of 10 I always catch it on a Friday. I never catch it. I end up getting about probably 10 past or 7 minutes past or 5 minutes past, or maybe 4 minutes past, and I just missed it by a minute. But I have noticed on the winter timetables when this happens in December is that they put this 20:03 back to 20:06. So if the 1952 is late, it can make the connection. But hopefully we try and make the connection today. 9 times out of 10 I don't. So we left Crewe on time, but when we got to Crewe Hall Junction we got a minute late. Now I did notice the train did slow down for a second, so I think that's why it's always late. It's not that it's a train that's running late that has to be held up for another train that's running late. This is great. Just made it to Stafford and they're requesting British Transport Police. Apparently 2 girls on this train. I don't know what's going on, but won't be able to catch the 20:03 now. And tonight is no exception. I've missed that train. Always, every time I go for the 20:03, I don't seem to get it. I always miss the train. If those girls weren't screwing around, we could have ran for this. Could have got it. Anyway, I'm going to wait for the 20:33 now. Usually I'll walk it back, but can't be bothered tonight. I'm now on the 20:33 to Wolverhampton, but only go as far as Rugeley Town on this. Now, to summarise the day up in one word, it was pretty bad, to be honest. Because the idea that I was going to go to the East Midlands Railway today was to get a ride behind 34046 Braunton. Now, it came into Bury Bolton Street and it failed as soon as I jumped on the train. Apparently there was brakes issues and they had to withdraw it for health and safety reasons, which I don't blame them, to be honest. because you don't really want an accident. So unfortunately this was one of those things today, but could be helped. However though, they did make it up with putting some diesels on there. I took a class 24 from Heywood to Bury, and Bury to Heywood, Heywood to Bury, and then they took it off to put class 14 on it. Now the teddy bear was awesome. I can't, because the driver really toned it and thrashed it, to be honest. The teddy went bonkers. But as soon as I got off the train, the driver looked at me and said, "Is that the best video you ever filmed?" Now you didn't see that clip because I've stopped filming before I got off the train. And at the end, before he left at just before 1 o'clock, I did actually walk up to him and said thank you for the ride because it was absolutely brilliant. So it's one of those cases that, yes, I'm disappointed in what happened, but they made it up with the teddy. Other than that, it has been a really good day, to be honest, I will admit. Even though disappointed, but it's still good. It's one of those days. Then we went to have a look at Disused Station. We also got a few on the way back from Rawtenstall as well, which was quite good. I was at the back of the train filming it. Then we went back to Manchester to get to Crewe for the Class 50s. The Class 50s were alright, except for when it departed, it got bold. That is why I always sit on the same side as the special, because I thought, you know what the hell, let's go on platform 6 and get the shot that way when they're on platform 5. So other than that was alright, to be honest. Then we caught the 1935, and as you guessed, I missed the connection as always. I only caught this connection once, and I was running up the stairs for it. It actually got down, the train was actually ready to leave, but senior conductor actually reopened the doors to allow me on. That was the only time I ever caught it. That was on a Thursday. So apart from the day being disappointed, but it turned out really alright, that's it really. Right, the next video I will be uploading will be the 7 Banner Era Autumn Steam Gala. I'm going to have a break for a few weeks because I've got some videos to edit from my trip down south west of England and this one, so there's like 8 videos to edit. And plus my camcorder is in the getting repaired at the moment. I had to film on an old camcorder today just to get the ride. I don't think this phone would have taken all the memory, to be honest. So we're ready to leave shortly.
Ladies and gents, it's 2033 service to Wolverhampton.
So you can subscribe to me at Siren Trains YouTube FB page. Only because Facebook doesn't like to use the word Facebook on the page. Twitter and Instagram at Siren Trains. If you want to keep up to date with the videos, when I upload one, then you get a notification. Put the bell on. Thank you for watching, and I will see you for the 7 Banner Railways Autumn Steam Gala.